What's going on, baseball fans? How you doing? So tonight, we're going to talk about the most underrated free agent signings so far. Let's not waste any time. Let's get to it. What is going on, baseball fans? How you doing tonight? Happy Friday. It is the weekend. I am happy. Everything's good. How you doing tonight, everyone? I'm seeing 63 people in the chat right now. A lot of familiar faces. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. It's a Friday night. Not sure how many people we're going to get in here tonight, but that's okay. Whoever's here, thank you so much for coming out. And if you are joining us after the stream is complete, then hello, welcome. So everyone, now I'm seeing 69 people. That's awesome. Great to see. So I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces. Jolly Olive, what is going on? Everyone, go give Jolly Olive a follow if you have yet to see his channel. Great stuff over there. Love that stuff over there. William, I'm seeing a super chat coming in. Man, starting off the stream hot. William Fulgham, $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much for that, my friend. Robbie, hope you have an awesome show. Go Braves. Hey, you know, Drew Smiley, I considered putting him on this list, but that's definitely an honorable mention if you ask me. For me, at least. I mean, this list tonight, it's going to be purely just my opinion. I did want to put Smiley on this list, but, you know, I kind of wanted to be a little daring on some of them. I kind of wanted to throw a couple of names on there that maybe you haven't really heard of just yet. But yeah, Drew Smiley, definitely an honorable mention for me. I really considered him on this list. But yeah, I like that signing. I think it can end up being a pretty good signing for the Braves. Definitely a good back end of the rotation kind of a guy. And yeah, so, but everyone, let's go ahead and get started right away. So, getting into, let me just explain real quick. So, this is a list of my top 10 most underrated free agent signings so far. Now, I understand there's still some guys out there that have not signed yet. So, this is the list so far. This could definitely update at some point. This is going to be based on a few things, based off of things that I've looked at with stat-wise in the past. Where another way they could be an underrated signing to me is the potential of the signing, where maybe they can end up having a pretty good role on their team. They could end up maybe being some kind of a breakout player. Maybe they could end up being more of an important player than you might be thinking right now. So, yeah, kind of took a lot of those aspects into creating my list. This list is not the end-all, be-all. If you don't agree, that's okay. I don't want you to agree with everything I say. If you agree, hey, that's great too. So, if you know of any people that could be an underrated signing, as much as I would love to dive into the stats and everything all day, I mean, I'm human. I can't just sit there and do that all day. So, if you know of anyone that I miss, let me know in the comments. So, hey, we're just trying to gain some knowledge over here. We're trying to look for some underrated free agent signings this offseason. So, we're going to get right to number 10. Here we go. Number 10, first off on the list, I have Tommy KÄHNLE to the Dodgers. I have him at number 10 because right now he is not going to be pitching this season. However, I think down the road, this could end up being a very good signing for the Dodgers. I love me some Tommy KÄHNLE. I like him better now that he's on the Dodgers and he's not pitching against my Red Sox all the time. This guy was really good out of the bullpen for the Yankees. And it's unfortunate he went down with Tommy John, but he just signed a 2-year deal with the Dodgers this past offseason. So let's go ahead. I want to pull up some stats here. Here we go. Pulling up some stats. Alrighty. So taking a look at why I like Tommy KÄHNLE. Here we go. Sharing the screen. All right, so Mr. Tommy Kahnle, now an LA Dodger. So let's go take a look. Right off the bat, you just see the advanced stats popping up all over the place. Ranked well in exit velocity, ranked well in the hard hit percentage, middle of the road, a little above average. XwOBA, but all the expected numbers were really good. XWOBA, XERA, X batting average, slugging, you name it. Barrel percentage was good. Gets good amount of strikeouts. Middle of the road when it comes to walks. Decent, a bit of an above average spin rate on the fastball. Good velocity, good whiff. I like what I see from Kahnle. Trust me, I saw Kahnle a good amount. Kahnle was very good for the Yankees. Good clubhouse guy, too. Really like Tommy Kahnle. If you say what you're getting with Kahnle, the guy has a great changeup. Awesome changeup from Tommy Kahnle. And if we go take a look here at where his pitches have ranked, in 2019, he had a pretty good ranked changeup. Not like, top of the board kind of a changeup, but really solid. Had some good velocity to go along with it. He was just a really solid arm out of that bullpen for the Yankees, and I think with the Dodgers down the road, while he won't pitch this year, now you add him to the roster next year, and bang, you got a pretty good, you got a decent arm in that bullpen. So let's go take a quick look at what you're getting with a Tommy Kahnle. So this was from 2018. Well, let's get a strikeout on here. So Cole Calhoun up to the plate in 2019. Good changeup, man. It fades away. A great-looking changeup. Let's take another look at Tommy Kahnle.
More opportunities for something to go wrong.
I mean, good velocity, 97 right there. He'll just blow it by you, or he's just got a nice changeup to go along with it. A very simple picture. Nothing really too crazy with Tommy Kahnle, but he's just really solid. I love the presence that he brings in the clubhouse. Yankee fans love Tommy Kahnle. So that's how I'm starting off my list. Tommy Kahnle, I think, could be a great addition. Obviously not this year, but next year, I think you could end up seeing a very good addition to that bullpen for the Dodgers. Moving on to number 9. Moving along to number 9. Here we go. Here's a name you might not have really heard of. Maybe you have heard of him. I'm not sure. I didn't really hear of him until I started looking into this stuff. Sam Clay to the Nationals. Sam Clay is a very interesting signing. So one thing about Sam Clay is he's been a minor leaguer his entire career. He's really just started to kind of blossom. But the funny thing with Sam Clay, he just signed with the Nationals this past offseason. He's been a career minor leaguer, but they gave him a major league contract. So he will be in that bullpen for the Nationals. So this is an arm I think you should look out for. So let's go take a look at why. So taking a look at Sam Clay. Nothing on Baseball Savant. So hold on, I'll pull up a video here in a second. So I want to pull up some stats here. All right, sharing the screen. Oh, I got to turn this music off. I'm sorry, everyone. Okay, there we go. All right, sharing the screen. Okay, Sam Clay, lefty, just signed with the Nationals. He's been with the Twins in their system for his entire career for the most part. He went to Georgia Tech in college. So he's been, again, a career minor leaguer. But if you take a look at what he's done in the minor leagues, a decent ERA throughout the minors, 3.97. But he's really gotten better over the past couple of years. So in 2019 with AA, 2.70 ERA, had about 9 strikeouts per 9. Actually, I don't know if you all can see that. Let me move the screen just a little bit. I'm not sure if you can see that now. Let's take a look. Nope, can't see it yet. Here we go. Moving along. All right, that should be good now. All right, you can pretty much see it for the most part. But as you can see, about the 9 strikeouts per 9 with AAA. With AAA, he pitched in 14 games in AAA. The ERA was a little high, but had a good amount of strikeouts. 10.3 strikeouts per 9. He's had a bit of issues with walks in his career, but nothing too crazy. Around 3 to 4 walks per 9. That's not great, but it's not terrible by any means. But one thing about Sam Clay that I really want you to know is, where is it right here? I had it written down. Here we go. So in 2019, he led the minor leagues in ground ball rate and he has only given up 1 home run since 2017. That's pretty good. And take a look here at the stats. He does not give up home runs. I mean, that's a recipe for success. If you're not giving up home runs, I think you're already on the right track. So Sam Clay, the strikeouts have been good. He gets a lot of ground balls. He doesn't give up any home runs. And for the Nationals this year, I really think for a team that is trying to get back into it, they had a down season after winning the World Series in 2019. I really think with a couple of good signings this year, or this offseason, a couple of good trades they've made, I think the Nationals, you could see them really back in contention this year. This is going to be a fun National League East, and I think someone like a Sam Clay, again, career minor leaguer, first time getting a major league contract, he could end up being a pretty decent addition in that Nationals bullpen. So I'm excited to see if he can end up doing anything, so we'll have to wait and see. All right, here we go. Moving along to number 8 on my list. Trying to think if I can give I forget my rankings already. Number 8. Okay. So this is a guy. He was recently a part of a big trade. He was recently a part of a big trade. You'll probably recognize the name when you see it. He was a part of a big trade at the trade deadline. He was just released this offseason, and now he is going to a possible World Series contending team, and that is Greg Allen to the Yankees. I really think he could end up being a pretty decent guy off the bench for the Yankees. This is a guy, he's not really a standout kind of a guy. This is someone, though, where he has a ton of athleticism. He's got good defense. I really think this could end up being a key guy for the Yankees this year. He, like I said, the defense, and he provides speed. That is one thing with him. Let me actually pull up the stats real quick. Let's take a look here at Baseball Savant, sharing the screen. So the one thing about the Yankees last year that I don't think a lot of people really think about is I feel like personally they weren't so much of an athletic team. They didn't really get too much done when it came to, speed. They had guys like Gardner and Clint Frazier. They gave you some speed in there, but they didn't really have any guys that were elite runners. Greg Allen is a guy you are going to inject just athleticism into this team. As you can see here, in 2019, ranked in the top 10% in sprint speed. He's never really been the best offensively. 2020, not really a good year at all. Not good. Under a 600 OPS. He had a homer. But he was a part of that Mike Clevenger trade. So, but then the Padres released him. Either way, I think this could end up being a pretty decent signing. I don't know what it is. There's something about him where, like I said, he provides that athleticism, and I think he could be a good boost off the bench for the Yankees. So let's go take a look here. We got a home run here from Greg Allen.
Doubled in a run.
In case you haven't seen him. Pretty decent swing from the left side if we take another look at that. And the Yankees, one thing the Yankees tend to do, the Yankees have always been pretty good with position player guys. They have had guys come into their system before where they've helped them turn around a little bit. Maybe the Yankees can kind of help him get going. But either way, we got a super chat coming in. Jim Halpert, Cleveland fan here. Allen can't hit anything over 95. Yeah, you're not going to get too much with Greg Allen with the offense. But I like what he brings with the defense. I like what he brings with his speed. And I think the Yankees, that's going to be a pretty underrated addition to their team, at least in my opinion. Good guy off the bench. I like that. So, I think Greg Allen was just signed. Wasn't he just signed? He was traded? Really? Oh. I thought he signed. Hold on a second. Oh, man, I messed this up. I thought he signed. Oh, okay. That's what I was saying. Oh, all right. I see where I messed up here. I saw he was designated for assignment, so I figured he became a free agent. Oh, man, I messed that up, everyone. Either way, either way, still an offseason addition for the Yankees. I think it could be a good offseason move, a pretty underrated offseason move. Thank you, everyone, for pointing that out in the chat. Appreciate that. I thought for some reason he became a free agent. I don't know why, but good grief. Hey, I appreciate that you guys are on top of this. I appreciate it. That's nice to see that you guys got the knowledge out there. I can't hit on everything these days. I don't hit on a lot of things. But everyone, well, you know what? Fine. So let's do this. Because of my mess up and because of the super chat that I was given earlier from William, let's go ahead. William, because of the super chat, let's put Drew Smyly in this position. I think Drew Smyly can end up being a very good addition. I like Drew Smyly. The guy had some good numbers this past season. I like what he brings to the table. I think he could end up being a good addition for the Braves. So let's go ahead. Since you've helped me figure that out, that it was actually not a free agent signing. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's go take a look at Drew Smyly because this is the new number 8 guy on this list. So Drew Smyly signed a 1-year deal. All right, so what you're getting with Smyly, you're going to be getting a back-end kind of a guy. So as you can see here, the exit velocity, hard hit percentage, not great. But as you can see, some of the expected numbers were pretty good. X-WOBA, X-ERA, X-batting average, X-slugging. All decent. The walk rate, decent. Strikeout percentage was really good, though. Top 5% in strikeouts. So if we go take a look, I want to look up the stats here for Mr. Drew Smyly. Here we go. Alrighty, so with Smyly this year, one thing that really jumps off the page, and again, I kind of wonder if maybe this was, maybe just he fit really well into that ballpark there in San Francisco. I'm wondering, because this was by far besides 2013 with the Tigers, this was easily a career best FIP, 2.01. Holy cow, 14 strikeouts per 9. This guy was going crazy. He pitched in 7 games. He was going nuts. Who knows what you would have gotten over a full season with a Drew Smyly, but he was really on his way. And now, when you go take a look at the Braves, right now, Drew Smyly definitely fits into the back end. So, as you can see here, you got Soroka, you got Fried, you got Morton, you got Anderson, Kyle Wright, Drew Smyly for the back end of that rotation there. Drew Smyly, I think, could end up being a really good swingman if that's what it ends up being. Comes out of the bullpen here and there, makes a couple of starts here and there. I think Smyly can end up being a really good addition for this Braves team. I think the one thing with the Braves, the one thing that stuck out to me was the depth. The depth for the Braves this year was, oh man, you guys are looking at nothing right now. Hold on, let me move this over. There we go. Now you can see some pictures. There we go. Okay. So, Drew Smyly, he definitely is great depth for the back end of that rotation. I like this move. When it happened, it wasn't like a crazy move, but I really liked it. So, alrighty. Thank you again, everyone, for correcting my mistake. I really appreciate that. But I'm glad that we can make an easy fix and we can just insert Drew Smyly here into the 8th spot. But I still do like the Greg Allen move. I think the Greg Allen move can end up being pretty decent. But what do I know? And again, thank you so much for the super chat, Mr. William Fulgham. Appreciate that. Because of your super chat, you got Drew Smyly onto this list. So thank you very much. Here we go. Moving on here. Let's take a look at the next guy. So we have done 10, 9, 8. So moving on to number 7. I have Justin Anderson to the Rangers. This one you might not have heard of. Maybe you've heard of him. Angels fans here in the chat, I'm sure you've seen him once or twice. But Justin Anderson to the Rangers, I think, has some potential. So let's go take a look here. Travis. Who? Yeah, there's going to be a couple of guys on this list where you're going to be like, who? Who is that? But look at these numbers when I show you. Here we go. So these are 2019 numbers. Again, didn't really have really anything going on this past year, but take a look at the expected numbers here. This guy in 2019, he had some good advanced numbers. Exit velocity, hard hit percentage ranked well. The xWOBA ranked well. xERA, batting average was really good. Slugging was really good. He tends to give up some barrels. That's one thing he's prone to. But he gets a good amount of strikeouts. Walks guys. That's really the one glaring thing with him. Definitely walks guys. He's got a decent spin rate on the fastball, decent velocity. This is a guy where I think for the Rangers, he could end up being a pretty good addition to this bullpen. So let's go take a look here at, here we go with Justin Anderson. Let's go do a strikeout here. I always like looking at the strikeouts. Yeah, he sits around mid-90s.
Little country hardball right.
So let's go take a look at another one. Anderson against Stevie Wilkerson. I just heard a super chat. Look at that, 94. I mean, he's got decent velocity. Nick F. with the super chat. Are the Yankees really going with Sanchez to be their starting catcher again this season? I'm kind of crossing my fingers for Wilson Contreras. I mean, I think it's going to be a little late now. I think the Yankees, they are committed to Gary Sanchez. I think you're going to see that mix of Higashioka and Gary Sanchez. Sure, with Gary Sanchez, I love the offense. I mean, the guy, I've said this a million times on this show, he gets onto these streaks where, holy cow, like you can't stop the guy. It's insane. It's like he's like seeing beach balls coming at him, and he just pulverizes some of these balls. But it's the defense with him. It's the defense that he just looks like he's a block like behind there. Like, I don't know what it is. He just never looks comfortable to me. Garrett Cole didn't want to throw to him in the playoffs. I think that said a lot. It's going to be interesting to see what the Yankees end up doing. I think they really want to give him a chance. And I mean, personally, I think I would have maybe gone a different direction. But the Yankees, I mean, what do I know? I think the Yankees, they still see a lot in him. We're just going to have to wait and see. I think Wilson Contreras would have been awesome for the Yankees. But, So, actually, so let me play this again because that got the super chat came in and was blocking it. Thank you so much for the super chat again. So here's, 95, man. This guy's got good stuff. Going up against Eddie Rosario. I mean, good grief, man. Like, he's got potential, and, put him in that bullpen for the Rangers. I think the Rangers could surprise some people this season. I think you can end up seeing a pretty decent team. I've liked some of the additions that they've made. There may be another addition on this list, so stay tuned. So, everyone, moving on. So that was the number 7 spot. So we've gone through number 10, number 9, number 8, and number 7. Coming in at number 6, I have Wade Davis to the Royals. Some of you might have missed this one. Wade Davis heading back to Kansas City on a minor league deal. Hey, Wade Davis, I still think the guy has some potential. I still think there's something left in that tank. He was awful with the Rockies. Absolutely terrible with the Rockies, but I really think he could have a resurgence in his career. He could have a bounce-back season this year if he can figure it out. So let's go take a look at Mr. Wade Davis. Let me pull up the stats. No, I don't want Austin Wade. Come on. Wade Davis. One second, everyone. Having some technical difficulties. Here we go. Sharing the screen. All right, so Wade Davis. It is loading for me right now. Let's close out a couple of these tabs. So here we go. Yes, I don't want Austin Wade. Wade Davis. So as you can see, the expected numbers, not very good. However, the one thing that I see with Wade Davis still from 2019, look at the spin rate on the fastball. You guys cannot see the spin rate on the fastball. What is going on? I cannot get this right tonight. Here we go. Can you see this now? There we go. Here we go. Fastball spin rate. He was in the top 5% in 2019. Had good spin rate still on the curveball. So let's go take a look at some stats with Wade Davis. He was really bad with the Rockies. But, hey, how many times have we seen a guy go to Colorado and he just ends up just being terrible? So, hey, Wade Davis coming back home to Kansas City. Won a World Series with Kansas City. So, as you can see, I mean, 2015, this guy was insane. A 0.94 ERA. He finished in the top, he finished 6th in Cy Young voting. He got an MVP vote, it looked like. He was 28th in MVP voting. So, I mean, as you can see here, the numbers with Kansas City were so good. Besides that 2013 season. However, they were using him as a starter, but once they used him as a bullpen guy, they just hit lightning in a bottle with this guy. Over how many games? 185 games with the Royals over 3 years. He had a 1.18 ERA. The strikeouts per 9 were so good. He did not give up any home runs. No home runs. However, when we go over to the Rockies, he was okay that first year. Nothing great. Nothing amazing. But wow. When you get to 2019, holy cow. Looking at the last 2 years, I mean, good grief. This guy really fell off. 1-7 the last 2 years, 9.77 ERA. I mean, look at the home runs. 2 home runs per 9, 6 walks per 9. Like, what happened with this guy? So, however, he's going back to Kansas City, going back on a minor league deal. I think Kansas City could end up being a pretty fun team this year. They've made a couple of signings that I like. But if they end up not being in it, which is definitely very possible, they could definitely not be in it. If Wade Davis ends up having a bounce back season, you can trade this guy at the trade deadline, maybe get a prospect or two. And for the Royals, hey, that's a win-win. If you ask me, and you're bringing him in for absolutely a bag of potatoes at this point. So, hey, Wade Davis, I think this could end up being a decent signing. So look out for Wade Davis. Look out for a bounce-back season. Again, it was a minor league deal, so we'll have to see if, he'll get onto the major league team. I would expect that he's going to get onto a major league team. We'll have to wait and see. All righty, coming back to you all here. All right, so we have, I cannot count, and I cannot keep track. So we've gone 10, 9, 8, 7, so that was 6. All right, we're now getting into the top 5. At number 5, this is a guy that just signed with my Boston Red Sox this offseason, Hunter Renfroe. I think Hunter Renfroe could end up being a pretty good signing with the Red Sox. I think a lot of people were going crazy over this at the beginning. When he first signed it, was that people were acting like we just signed Mookie Betts. And I was like, whoa. We got to calm down here with Hunter Renfroe. Can we please push on the brakes just a little bit? But Hunter Renfroe, I think, could do some damage with the Red Sox. This is a guy, the Red Sox have always had a knack for bringing in these right-handed hitters off the bench that can be their fourth outfielder. Look at Johnny Gomes in 2013. Love me, Johnny Gomes. Take a look at Steve Pearce in 2018. Steve Pearce, if you are here, I love you forever and always, Steve Pearce. But Hunter Renfroe, this is a guy where I really think he can end up being really good for the Red Sox. Now, I'm not saying Mookie Betts level kind of a good, but I think he could be a valuable member of this team. And look out for the Red Sox this year. Look out. I think the Red Sox, I think a lot of people, they're not even thinking about the Red Sox right now, but Fangraphs has them ranked as the top 5, as a top 5 team right now. I'm telling you, don't sleep on them. They got some depth. If things start clicking, don't count them out. I think they could be in it for a wild card. So, taking a look at Hunter Renfroe, who knows if he's going to be a starter or if he's going to be a fourth outfielder. As of right now, he's their starting right fielder. So I think he's more of, what do I know? I don't know anything. But I think Hunter Renfroe definitely could be more of a fourth outfielder. But could he be a starter? I don't know. The Red Sox, what are they going to do with Jackie Bradley Jr.? I have no idea. Are they going to bring someone else in to play center? Is Verdugo going to play center? I don't know. But Renfroe, I think he definitely has a shot at bringing something to this team. Taking a look here, the one thing that has always jumped off the bat with Hunter Renfroe was the exit velocity. If you take a look here, still ranks in the top half, had good barrel percentage this year. Not actually the best year with the Rays, but he ended up being a bit of a disappointment with the Rays, in my opinion. Had a home run in the World Series, but had the 645 OPS, 156 average, not good. Had the 8 home runs, so he's still hitting for power. If we go take a look at the exit velocity has pretty much stayed the same since 2018. 89, right below 90 miles per hour. So that's still really good. But the one thing with Hunter Renfroe is the fact that he can just mash lefties. Just mashes them. So he's very good against lefties. If we go take a look at the splits. Taking a look here. Again, he's still pretty young. He's only 29 years old. So, you still got a lot you still got a lot left with Hunter Renfroe. But against left-handers, look at the OPS. 912 OPS against left-handers. Against righties has the 717 OPS. So definitely better against the left-handed pitching. But he can still hit against righties. Again, this is a power guy. I'm really excited to see what he could end up doing in Fenway Park. Very excited to see. But yeah, definitely could end up being a pretty good signing for the Red Sox. We'll have to wait and see. 106 people in the chat right now. Hope you're all doing great. We are officially halfway through this list. So everyone, 105 people, if you haven't already, if I may, hit that subscribe button if you are looking for more baseball news and baseball content. We're trying to get to 6K by opening day. So hit that subscribe button if you are looking for more news and content in the baseball world. Hit that like button for me, everyone. That's going to get this stream out there to more people. Hopefully we can get some more people in by the end of the night. And if anyone's not able to make it, hitting that like button will get this stream out to people after the fact if they weren't able to come in tonight. And go follow me on Twitter as well. I'm talking baseball there throughout the day. So let's go back to the list. So we are officially into our top 5 now. Let's go take a look. So we've gotten 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and then, all right, so we're getting into the top 5 now. Here we go. At number 4, this one, I'm kind of wondering what some of you are going to think of this one. I think I already know what the answer is going to be on this one, but you know what? I think this guy has some potential. I think he has some potential here. That's David Dahl. I like me some David Dahl. A lot of you are probably thinking right now, oh man, nope. There's the Coors Field effect right there. David Dahl in his career has not hit very good away from Coors Field. He's been decent. But this was a guy, you have to remember, this is a former first-round pick. David Dahl, I think, could end up being pretty good. So let's go take a look here. Let's go break down some David Dahl. I don't know what it is. I just like the name, too. Is that just me? Just such a nice, free-flowing name. David Dahl. Here we go. Looking up David Dahl. Alrighty, sharing the screen. Let's take a look at Baseball Reference real quick. Actually, I want to move this over just a little bit. Haven't found the sweet spot yet for this, but here we go. David Dahl, as you can see, only 26 years old. I like this move with the Rangers. Oh, man. We got an Arenado trade? That happened? During the show? Oh, man. And you know what's really funny? Is because earlier, there was a guy on Twitter today. Where he tweeted out, and right here you see K-Mox Sports. Some guy tweeted out, it looked like a fake tweet, and they were saying that the Arenado deal was almost done. And it looks like, but a lot of people were calling it fake. I actually commented on it. But so it looked like it was fake. So I kind of figured like, okay, so we'll have to see what the players end up being. So here's what I'm going to do, everyone. I'm going to finish this list really quick because we're just about done with it. I'm going to roll through it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll through this list really quick, and then I'm going to start a new stream as soon as it's done. So let's pound through this list really quick because we got to go talk about Nolan Arenado. I can't talk about Arenado here. I got to get through the list. Here we go. So everyone, cool your jets on Arenado. I promise you, I'm going to start a new stream, and we're going to talk Arenado. So here we go. Let's get to number 4, David Dahl. Here we go. So David Dahl, I'm going to get through these real quick. One thing I like about David Dahl is he had a good season in 2019. He had a good season in 2016. I think there is some potential there for a bounce back season. He's kind of like this 15 to 20 home run, 15 to 20 stolen base kind of a guy. In the minors, he actually had some really good numbers. If we go take a look at his minor league stats really quick, he's actually had some decent numbers in the minors. Hit 306 in the minors. I mean, a good OPS, 859 OPS. So a lot of people want to say about the Coors Field effect. a lot of people say, well, okay, well, he was only good at Coors Field. Well, no, he played in the minor leagues, and he had good numbers in the minor leagues. So I think David Dahl, there is some potential there with the Rangers. Alrighty, moving on. We're in the top 3 now. We're in the top 3. Here we go. At number 3, I have Trevor May to the Mets. I think this could be a huge addition for the Mets bullpen. Oh, BZ Baseball. Did someone super chat? Oh, no. Everyone, I can see everyone. I see Arenado to the Cardinals. I see it, but I got to get this list done. Here we go. So as we can see, taking a look at Trevor May. Here we go. Sharing the screen here. All right, so Trevor May, he signed about a 2-year deal for around $15 million with the Mets. I think the Mets, they need some bullpen help. I think this is a perfect addition for their bullpen. He ranks a little low in the exit velocity, ranks a little low in the hard hit percentage, but everything else ranks pretty good too. It's just he tends to give up some barrels. He tends to leave some stuff over the plate at times, and he gets hit hard for that. But the velocity, the movement that he has on his pitches, the slider changeup, he's got a sinker in there as well. This is a guy that's shown a lot of good stuff. He has a really good slider, ranked very well with his slider in 2020 and 2019. So Trevor May, I really like this signing for the Mets. I think he could be a really good addition for this bullpen. So here we go. Moving along. Here we go. We're getting into our top 2 now. So, all right. Here we go. At number 2, we have Michael Wacha to the Rays. I think there's a lot of potential with this move. Wacha had a pretty down season this past year going to the Mets, but I think there is something to believe in with a Michael Wacha, and let me show you what exactly. Sharing the screen. Okay, here we go. Michael Wacha. Again, not great numbers, but one thing I liked about Michael Wacha was he increased his strikeouts this year. His strikeouts went up this year, and his walks went down. That's a good sign. I like that with Michael Wacha. Again, as you're seeing here, the expected numbers, not great by any means, but, you know, it's whatever. He's going to have some guys are going to have down seasons here and there. He's still got some decent stuff. As you can see here, I mean, he still has some life on the fastball, had some running action on the fastball. The cutter was pretty good in 2019. The cutter, however, this year, I don't know, he seemed to just kind of lose his feel for the cutter. But one thing about Michael Wacha was he increased the velocity of his off-speed pitches. Everyone in the chat, here, come on, everyone. Can we calm down with the spamming, please? Yes. Arenado to the Cardinals. We're going to talk about it. So, everyone, relax. Here we go. So, but yeah, Michael Wacha. And then another thing too, Michael Wacha, why I think he's a good fit for the Rays, because it's the Rays. The Rays have gotten guys in the past and they've helped them turn things around. Tyler Glasnow, number one example. Tyler Glasnow really reinvented himself with the Rays. I mean, I'm just saying, Michael Wacha, I think, could have a pretty good bounce back season with the Rays. So here we go. At number 1 on my list. Here we go. This is a name that you might not have heard of. This is a name you've maybe never seen before. However, I want you to keep an eye out for this guy. Keep an eye out for this guy. He's bounced around a little bit in the minor leagues. He just signed with the Mets this past offseason. There was actually a bidding war for this guy. So let's take a look here. Here we go. Let's see if any of you recognize this name. At number 1, I have Sam McWilliams to the Mets. I don't know if anyone has heard this name. I definitely hadn't heard of this guy until I started looking into this stuff. Here we go. Mets Nick Sborey. He called it. He saw it. He saw it was going to be Sam McWilliams. You know, I think this guy, I think he has some potential. If we go take a look at him. Here we go. Let me pull up some stats here. I'm actually going to pull up the scouting report real quick. 1 second. Here we go. Mets top prospects. Taking a look here. So here we go. Sharing the screen. Alrighty, here we go. So, he's the current number 22 prospect with the Mets. So, he signed with the Mets this past offseason. As we can see here, the guy has a 55 fastball. He's got a 55 slider. This guy has a good fastball. He sits more like 94, like 93, 94, but he can definitely get it 95, 96. He can get right near 100. He's got a really good slider, good bite on the slider. But look at how tall this guy is. 6'7", 230 pounds. This guy has a big frame. A big frame. So, as you can take a look here, 6'7". He's kind of been back and forth between being a starter and a reliever. I think personally he's going to be more of a reliever kind of a guy where he's got a good spin rate on his slider. He's got a good fastball. That sounds like a bullpen guy to me. And I think he really could emerge this year as someone who could be really good in this Mets bullpen. If we go take a look at some video on him, taking a look, this was back in 2018. And another thing with Sam McWilliams is that he went to the Rays. He kind of bounced around a little bit. So, actually, let's go pull up real quick. Sam McWilliams. So, he's moved around a little bit. So, he was with Philadelphia. He got drafted by them. He went to the Diamondbacks, and then he went to the Rays. He actually went to the Rays. He went to the Diamondbacks, and then he went to the Rays. But the Rays, he said he really liked his time with the Rays, and he was kind of able to figure out some stuff. If you take a look at the stats here in 2019, this guy, when he went to AAA, he struggled. But when he went in AA, though, he really put up some good numbers. The 2.05 ERA. I mean, the strikeouts were a little low, about 7 strikeouts per 9. But in AAA, he did get up to about 9 strikeouts per 9. So this guy, I think, has some potential. Look out for him. He's only 25 years old. He's got good velocity. He's got a good slider. He's got a big frame. The taller a pitcher is, hey, height for a pitcher is a good thing. So, everyone, that is my list. So, as we have just seen, there is some breaking news. Nolan Arenado has been traded to the Cardinals. So what I'm going to do, because I want this to be its own video, I'm going to end this and I'm going to start a new stream dedicated to the Nolan Arenado trade. So everyone, be on the lookout for a new stream. Thanks for joining this one, and I will see you in a little bit.